There's me Julie. Hiding in the background.
Hello.
Guess where we're going? I'll show you in a minute when I film it. Me Julie's still got a broken toe. Hobbling about. Somewhere behind me. There she is, look. She's coming along nicely. Right, let's show you where we are. We are at Arran distillery. Near an helicopter somewhere as well.
Lochranza distillery, Isle of Arran.
Where they make the single malt. And we've got a tour in a bit. Booked for 10:15. Beautiful place, beautiful place.
Yeah,
That helicopter sounds a lot lower than it is.
It's up there.
Yeah, it's up there, I can't see it. Probably won't be able to see it. Somewhere up there. So it's just open now. Our tour's 10:30, is it?
Yeah, 10:30. Got there
10:30.
15 minutes beforehand for check-in.
So we're going to have a walk in the shop. Don't know what they're like filming or anything like that yet, but we'll see in a minute.
In a minute.
In a minute.
In a minute.
Stubbed the toe the other day. This morning stubbed it again. Same toe. How much have you spent in your head already?
500. Easily. About 500 easily.
going to really assault your senses is the spirit. That really sharp smell. We have 4 stills here at present, 2 wash stills, two spirits in. The wash stills hold 6,500 litres each. The spirit stills hold 4,000 litres each. There's an element inside each one of these, just like a kettle. We'll pour the wash in, we'll boil it up. And this is where the copper comes into play. This is why the copper is so important. It holds its temperature incredibly well. The temperature at the bottom, very similar to the temperature at the top. It's going to get really hot, so be careful, because
I'm sweating already, yeah.
yeah. Right. Now, we do another 6 hours in the spirit still. And it's at that point that we get what we need. Now remember earlier on I was talking about the head, the heart and the tail? And initially, we'll get the head running through. It'll go through those two rounder holes. Starts off at about 83 to 85% alcohol. Now, there's a bad alcohol, methanol. Good alcohol, ethanol. Methanol boils at a lower temperature than ethanol. So initially what you're getting through is that bad alcohol. A lot of distilleries will use sensors to gauge the volume of alcohol that's being produced. We use the hydrometer. We gauge that. When it gets to 73%, we'll turn those handles into the middle bowl. That will create the heart of the rod. I cannot emphasize to you guys how important that is to us. It's the heart, the soul, the core, the DNA of everything. It's the building blocks. Every whiskey that's ever been made here in Lochranza, every whiskey in our warehouse, in our shop, every whiskey that will ever be made here in Lochranza starts its life going through there. Let's do the numbers. 24,500 litres of water, 6 hours, 2.5 tons of grist, 13,000 litres of water, 85 hours, 6,500 litres, 6 hours, 4,000 litres, 6 hours. The heart of our run, my friend, rolls, goes for 1 hour, 52 minutes. It only produces 1,400 litres of quality, pure spirit. That's how important that is. How much time, effort, patience we've taken just to produce 1,400 litres. Right, shall we cool off and have a wee dram? Come with me. In 1915, there was a law passed called the Immature Spirits Act. And that stated that to be called whiskey, it had to be matured in an oak barrel for 3 years. Changed whiskey forever. The big boys that are around today, the Glenmorangies, the Glenfiddichs, the Macallans, those were the guys that had a bit of money behind them that could last the course. There's an awful lot of distilleries in Scotland and in Ireland went to the wall because they just did not have the financial backing to be able to hold on to a barrel of whiskey for 3 years. Because before that you could call it Union Spirit, you could call it Unicorn Pea, but you could not sell it as whiskey. And it was all designed to break the whiskey industry. Break the whiskey industry in Ireland and in Scotland. And thank God it didn't work. Because if it had worked, you guys wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't be getting paid to bore you to death. That brings me on to this wonderful wee whiskey here, my friends. This is our Arran 10-year-old whiskey. Now, anybody driving, we have got some hands. What I can do is I can give you a bottle to pour your dram into and take home.
Thank you.
And yourself. Both. But I would like you just to have a wee sniff of our beautiful whiskey. And maybe just a couple of tiny sips. Because we're quite strict on the alcohol laws here in Scotland. But
Stephen.
Thank you.
Too strict.
Thank you.
a wee sip is never going to do anybody any harm. So, first of all, I would like you to have a wee sip, a sniff of this whiskey. Because I want to play a wee game with you. I want to play a wee thing called the 3-sip experiment.
What?
Now, that's been sitting there for just over an hour now, so it's warmed up a wee bit. It's got some oxygen into it. I do hope that you're getting some wonderful, fresh, sweet, crisp notes coming through on that whiskey. It's not up to me to tell you guys what you're going to smell, what you're going to taste in your whiskey. Is it? Now, sip number one. You've already taken one. Sip number one, my friends, is to get your body used to drinking alcohol, especially if it's M1. So, when we sip a whiskey,
Julie got caught.
take that sip, swallow it down, forget you two. That's all I'm asking you to do. I often say what happens between your mouth and your stomach is between God you worship and you. I have no influence on it whatsoever. You can do the face, you can shout and scream, you can do it. But if somebody wants to get up and tap dance on that table, if I can video it, I am in for a substantial amount of money. Nobody's taking me up on that offer here. The second sip, my friends, is just exactly the same. It's just a small sip of whiskey. Because this time I want to get your taste buds firing up. I want to get those axons and myelin sheaths communicating with your brain to tell your brain that your tongue is tasting whiskey. It's not gin, vodka, iron brew, Coca-Cola, red wine. I promise you the second sip is better than the first. Yeah, see?
Yes, definitely.
So, the third sip, my friend. Now, we've got some couples here. And this is for the couples. Okay? Because the third sip of whiskey is where we turn the lights down. Get a bit of Barry White on the stereo. We kick the cat and the dog out for 5 minutes and tell the kids not to come downstairs. Because, my friends, this is where we take a wee bit of time and a wee bit of care and attention with our whiskey. Just like the person that you love. Not necessarily the person you're sitting beside, obviously. And if you do that to the whiskey will do it back to you. So, if you take a lovely sip of whiskey and let that whiskey wash over your palate, let it caress your tongue, let it get deep inside the mouth, let it get into the sublingual pocket. Don't use it as mouthwash, but just, let it swirl around your mouth for a wee second, and then swallow it down. And that's all I'm asking. 3 wee sips of whiskey. What madness is this? He is talking. But there is a wee point to this, because, number one, I try to encourage people to do this. It helps them to get used to drinking their whiskey so that they're not, just get a wee bit more of it. You will enjoy it. But it also is a wonderful example of how good that Arran 10-year-old whiskey is. Because I am hoping now, whether you've liked it or not, I am hoping you've got this wonderful, oily, creamy, buttery, rich sensation going on inside your mouth. And the more nonsense I talk, the better it gets. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. Now, finally, we get to the Arran Gold. Now, those glasses are yours to keep, and I will come and see with a wee bag. So I'm going to give you a wee drop of this. This is our Arran Gold. I'll set that down for you there, sir.
Thank you.
This is our cream liqueur. This is 17% ABV. Now, unlike Bailey's, which is a new made spirit with flavours, colourings, to get it to that flavour profile that people like. That, my friends, is 10-year-old malt whiskey. It is Irish cream, a little bit of sugar, and not a lot else. And I hope you find that it's very rich and very English and creamy. The deal is that if you like Baileys, you'll love that. If you don't like Baileys, you're still going to love it.
So much nicer than Baileys.
That's what it is. My wife calls it dangerous.
Absolutely.
And you can't see why. Because when you're sitting of an evening, you've had a couple of glasses of it, it's anything that gets you drunk from the feet up. So when you stand up to go to the bathroom, and I can neither confirm nor deny that this has happened, and you can't find the bathroom in your own house, then you realise how dangerous it actually is. Beautiful wee thing. Lovely wee thing. Now, I think once you taste an Arran whiskey, you're going to find it very difficult to find something that is as good as an Arran whiskey.
We've just done the tour, the Arran distillery. haven't we, Julie?
Yeah.
Julie's well impressed.
Yeah.
She really enjoyed the tour. The tour was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really, and yeah.
So we've got
2 bottles.
2 bottles of Arran Gold and dun, dun, dun,
Yes, the resistance.
a bottle of Arran single malt 10-year-old.
Yeah.
So how much we got? How much? Hang on, how much was the single malt?
46.99.
46.99. Not bad, really, that is it.
10-year single malt.
And the Arran Gold was 18 quid a bottle.
21 quid a bottle.
Oh, 21 quid a bottle.
99.
Right.
Yeah, and then when you've finished your tour, you have a wee dram in that.
Yeah,
But
they give
get
you a
to
dram.
get them.
But-
Shout out to Alison at reception.
And the guy who did the tour
Ewan-
was?
Ewan, I think it was called.
Ewan,
He
yeah.
was amazing as well.